Let me show you. I'm really fast. My German reading and French reading is much faster than the people. I'm not lying. No, text within. You don't need to. Come on. Alright, let me actually do it French. I want to show you, how quickly I can actually read anything in French. Yeah, it's really easy. Huh. Yeah, the Lesbos. This is a Greek island in quarantine. Oh, this must be very disastrous, right? The migrants. Inside the refugee camp situated in Moria, on the island of Lesbos, the humanitarian workers voiced their concerns while they're carrying the support to dozens of thousands of migrants. Despite the confinement and the sanitary conditions that amount to catastrophic calamity, they were deserted, according to the perspective of the workers. Those humanitarian workers truly voice concerns, and they actually stand right next to those, refugees whose number would be approximately dozens of thousands. I'm not lying. What if I missed it? I don't really understand it. I don't really need to think about it. So, they decide not to actually leave the scene despite the disastrous and the catastrophic sanitary conditions and the confinement in time of the coronaviruses. Art regards this is really the documentary program truly lifts up a veil on the desperate situation on the site, overpopulated, which is considered to be one of the most dangerous places in Europe. This is really the case, I'm not lying. If I ever actually, truly publish something, inside the refugee camp in Moria, on the island of Lesbos, where humanitarian workers still stand right next to dozens of thousands of migrants despite the disastrous sanitary conditions and catastrophic isolation, Art regards as documentary program lifts up a veil on the situation close to desperation and despair on the site packed up with the people, which is considered to be one of the most dangerous in Europe. I'm not lying. There are stories do not actually make other than making people very much touched, overwhelming, and they actually provide us something to think about. It's not just one of a kind that would normally be carried by a documentary program. Their stories are very touching, and they would actually arrest your interest. No, I'm not lying. What have I actually done wrong?